check. Back out here on a cold, windy floor today with my 95, I think, yeah, 95 Honda Civic Wile E g23 Nitrous. Maybe it's a little cliche, maybe not, but whatever. We build these cars to go fast, right? This is my idea. Needs to go faster. How are we going to do that without spending a whole ton of money? We're going to take the direct port here that's on it. We're going to dump that. 100 shot on that one. We're going to go direct port. 150 on the direct port. And try to squeeze every little bit we can out of this before I take it to the dyno. Work's already done, actually. So I'm going to have to take you back in time. Get you caught up. Start you from the beginning. I've already moved on, started a new project with it, so let's jump back in time and get you caught up. Here we go. Finally I get to do this. I've been looking forward to this. Like I said, pulled the trigger on getting everything here. Got to get the intake off real quick. I'm not sure if I'm going to put the nozzles on top or put the nozzles underneath. It depends on the space I got down here. There's not a whole lot of space going on in here. As you can see, very, very limited. I gotta get all this stripped off. Don't you love it when you drop your wrench underneath? You gotta bust out the magnet. Especially when you're forced to work in the grass. I got everything off the intake. It's bare now. I just got to get the nuts off down here. And I'll be able to slide it backwards and take it over to the table. Start drilling some holes. Hopefully not mess anything up. We'll see. But also I got the intake off so you can see better in here and show you how easy this is going to be. It's just literally reroute these pre-existing feed lines to the distribution blocks. Alright, got it here at the table. We got everything here already. Intake, distribution blocks, the nozzles, the jets, everything that we need to get this done now. Can't be that hard to drill a couple holes, space them correctly, right? Thread it, screw the nozzles in, be done. I had to actually make that hole bigger. That's part of the reason I'm switching this out. Idle control problems. Alright, drilling the holes, getting the nozzles put in. It's super tight. Let me show you. I busted out an old head and put the intake on just to make sure that there was no clearance issues. But as you can see, super tight. Not a whole lot of room in here. These nozzles aren't exactly wanting to fit in there very well. So I could go there, or if I could manage to get it up here closer to the flange, that's where I'd want it, but I can't really, I don't think there's any way to clear the rail. I think I'm going to be able to drill through where the EGR block-off plate goes, and should be able to get a pretty close to equal distance and everything's still clear. So I'm going to get the holes drilled real quick, and actually I got to grind part of the intake away. Let me show you real quick. Right here, this little portion, about 3/4 of an inch, I got to grind down to the runner. Alright, got that grinded away. Let me show you real quick. Got that grinded away. It's kind of what I was going for. I just needed to open up that little area. That way I could, whenever it spins, whenever the nozzle actually spins, it'll actually spin. And also, it had to go right where that wall of aluminum was cast. Finally, I'm going to drill. Alright, so there it is. Got them installed, drilled, tapped, installed. Good to go, except for this one. I ran the tap too deep on that one. I even thought about it ahead of time. Don't run the tap too deep. And that's exactly what I did. So that one's a little bit loose. I got to figure out what to do with it. The rest of them grab real nice and tight. That one though, pretty loose in there. Pretty loose. Got to figure out what to do. Not too sure. So that'll be the next step. Shot myself in the foot on that one. Alright, so we're back out here on another day. When I started filming the other day, I said something along the lines of, let's just drill some holes. What's the worst that could happen? Well, I'm the worst that can happen. I tapped the hole too deep, or I ran the tap all the way through, not paying attention, knowing I shouldn't. I had to drill it out bigger, go to 1/8 inch MPT, and then drill and tap the plug at a 1/16 inch MPT, and we're back in business. But that was like 2 days ago. So let me show you real quick. All the nozzles are in, Loctited, everything's ready to go. Cleaned everything up already, didn't film none of it, but they're in, at least the nozzles here. And I got one of the distribution blocks started, just rudimentary here. Taking some copper and kind of getting an idea of what the bends are going to be. Running out of daylight again. Story of my life. Maybe one day I'll be able to get the old Wile E there done. Got everything plumbed. Where it's going to be, only thing I got to do is wire in the solenoids. Wire the solenoids back in. Just extend the wires that are in there. Solder those in. And then hook up the feed line for the nitrous and hook up the purge line. And then just put it all back together. Should be good to go. Finally. Alright, gonna grab the bottle real quick, get it out the car so I can test it, so I'm not putting it on and then having to take it off because something's not working, which is typically how things go. Le bottle. Okay, so bottle, check. So, lug connected to the power side of the battery. Run a wire to the switch, solenoid working, and then let's turn the bottle on, see what kind of bottle pressure we got. We got barely any, 200 and about 300 psi. I don't know if y'all can see that. Big letdown, bottle's too empty. Okay, back out here, day 741 on the cold day again, and I'm going to get the bottle filled finally. Over there. Look, I got a cat in the car. Right, you can't see it, it's right. He just got in the back of the car with the bottle. I'm gonna go get the bottle filled so I can get back here, put it in the car, and we're gonna see what the direct port will do. Something I didn't mention. I went to a bigger jet. So with the added jet size and the direct port from the plate, should be a pretty significant difference. Let's go get the bottle filled. that down. We're going to try that again. On. Let the ECU do its business. Oh, that's a big gun. Okay, so you saw it. 150 direct port over the 100 on the spray plate. Made a huge difference. Total cost for that was like only $650, even though nitrous is now like $10 a pound. Whatever else used to only be like $4 a pound. But nevertheless, you saw it. Made a huge difference. Definitely worth it. But since then, I changed these blocks out and got rid of those trash ones. But the next thing I'm going to do is transmission, which it's already out here. You can see, out, bam, gone, see you. And it's already in the shed. Already got everything I need. I just need the time. That's why if you've seen in the video, I'm real slow to go from 1 to 2 to 2 to 3 to 3 to 4, and the few times I did go to 4. It's already in the shed. That's the next thing. Thanks for watching. Till the next time. Transmission. Yeah.